Diplomatic efforts to end the war in Ukraine are continuing, with the United States holding separate lines of communication with Kyiv and Moscow, even as Russia renews heavy strikes on the Ukrainian capital. The parallel tracks of talks and fighting highlight the central contradiction of the moment. While officials speak the language of negotiations and possible compromise behind closed doors, the reality on the ground remains defined by air raid sirens, explosions, and civilian suffering. For Ukraine, the continuation of Russian attacks during talks is seen as a deliberate signal that Moscow intends to negotiate from a position of force rather than restraint. In recent days, Kyiv has again come under intense missile and drone attacks, targeting energy infrastructure and residential areas. Ukrainian authorities reported damage to power facilities and apartment buildings, with emergency services working through the night to rescue civilians and restore electricity. These strikes came as delegations discussed possible pathways toward de-escalation, reinforcing long-held Ukrainian concerns that Russia uses diplomacy as a tactical tool rather than a genuine step toward peace. Each wave of attacks deepens skepticism among Ukrainian officials and the public about Moscow's intentions. The United States has positioned itself as a central mediator, seeking to keep channels open with both sides while maintaining military and political support for Ukraine. American officials argue that sustained dialogue is necessary, even when fighting continues, because the alternative is an open-ended war with no diplomatic off-ramp. At the same time, Washington has condemned the renewed strikes on Kyiv, calling them incompatible with any serious claim of interest in peace. This balancing act reflects the broader challenge facing U.S. diplomacy, encouraging negotiations without rewarding continued aggression. For Ukraine, participation in talks does not signal a softening of its core pause.